Hi there. I'll start with the Polkadot weekly chart to show you the Wyckoff market structure, then zoom into the daily chart for the shorter term setup. From Wyckoff's perspective, Polkadot is currently in the testing stage of the accumulation cycle. So all these orange tags are the accumulation cycle. So it has passed through the selling climax, automatic rally, second test, and subsequently this very deep test after the tariff announcement date last year in October. In this period, typically is the stage where the ultimate test of paper hands has arrived. So there are two scenarios. There are always people saying, okay, it's the end of a project. It's not, this price is never going to recover. It's going to zero. The other part of the party is that they think the price will come back to a certain level. And this process of seeking the bottom is just part of the journey. All right, depending on which side you are on, which theory you believe. Let's look into the chart. This is how it happens. And what we're looking forward to see is for the price to come back to retest the orange key level of $5.15. Because if what happened over here in April last year was the selling climax, and in May, that was the automatic rally, that's typically the event that set the trading sideways trading range top for a particular asset in the Wyckoff pattern. So much like what happened over here, when it dropped to this level, it set the trading range top, and then subsequently you see the test coming back, retest, come back down. All right, so that's how it usually happens in the accumulation cycle. What we want to see, not only the price level, but higher than average volume. So this particular bar over here in February, it's, you can say, enormous, right? Compared to the others. It's multiples of average volume. And we want to see that there was a big change of hands over there. And subsequently, the volume has been pretty low, staying pretty low. Okay, so we want to see higher than average volume, somewhere reaching these kind of levels and coming back to test this price. It can come back again, but anyway, that's the signal we want to see, that people are at least willing to come back. So that's the bigger picture for Polkadot. And when we dive into the daily chart, what we can see here, it's been a while since I last visited this. So back in May, June time, when we draw this, that downtrend will basically still continuing. Okay, until beginning of this month. That's when the change happened. Okay, I'm expanding this. So you see, right, those breakout did not happen. Okay, there's no change of trend until this point. So let's bring a line over here. What's happening right now is that after testing the 80 cents level, you see the volume. This buying combined with lower volume selling, not very low, but relatively lower, and then a bunch of price closing higher than open, but not too crazy. Okay, the volume is still relatively low. So the bulls and bears are both observing. There's no big commitment over there. All right, some slowly buying, some slowly selling. The paper hands are changing hands with whoever that's getting in. Okay, so as of this moment, if I switch on the Bollinger Band kernel squeeze, we can see a squeeze is about to fall. Okay, it's not there yet, but if it continues with this kind of low volume, then eventually that squeeze will fall. So the breakout happened around the 3rd or the 4th of July. Okay, confirming the downtrend is over in the short term. At this stage, this is just a sideways between 80 cents to 97 cents. There is a short-term resistance before the 97. It's around here. Okay, you see these candles tested this level, these few candles, and right over here as well, just past week. Okay, that's the 90 cents. 80 cents, 90 cents, eventually 97. So those are the short-term levels, the yellow dashed lines, and 0.97 is a key level because that's October 10th indication. Okay, you see the long wave that fell from the very, very purple line 4.12 all the way to this 97 cents. Right? So let's hope Polkadot find its bottom of this cycle around this point. The risk here is we have to go back to compare the weekly big picture because that's where Bitcoin gives us indication. So back in 2020, when Bitcoin was somewhere at this low point and starting to climb, that's when Polkadot followed, but you see a lag. Okay, when Bitcoin surged, it was still at a low. Polkadot lead at that time. When Bitcoin was still a bit low, Polkadot jumped ahead already, and then both climbed to the first peak, and subsequently, of course, the second peak altogether. And when Bitcoin fell to the lowest point in 2022, Polkadot followed. All right. Right now, what happened was when Bitcoin surged to this cycle's second peak, Polkadot did not follow. Okay, that's the first alarming sign. If Bitcoin drops further later this year, assuming that happens, you can refer to my Bitcoin video to understand why I'm talking about this. It's something to do with the 47-month cycle. If Bitcoin really drops and Polkadot follows, like what it did 4 years ago, this surge for a bottom for this cycle is not over yet. Okay, so that's the most worrying part right now. Why I'm hoping to see some sign of strength coming back in when the uncertainty around the interest rates or the situation in Middle East or the midterm election of the US, when all those are still clouding the space or clouding risky assets, and this is very difficult to happen. But let's keep an eye on this for the next 2.5 months and see what's going to happen when October arrives. If you're interested to get access to these videos 2 days earlier, join the other channel members now. See you in the next one. Thank you.